And what's up, everybody? Welcome to Allerton.com for the Block Party. I'm your host, Chad, and I'm joined this week by Jason, Amy, and your favorite. Tristan is back finally after popular demand. He gets brought back into the studio.
This is why I wasn't on then. Yeah.
You take a week off
special intro.
Just for the intro? You son of a bitch. Smart. That's a smart way to play it.
And he had all his friends tweet in, too, like, hey, dude, we want Tristan back. We want Tristan. We miss him. He's our favorite.
He didn't get the Bodacious, though, so that's, I mean, he really didn't.
That's saved for a certain company.
Bodacious only gets tossed out every once in a while. Dude, before we talk video games, I want to do some breaking announcement here. Since Amy's wearing her, well, it's not breaking. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
but
Amy's
is
like very exciting. I don't know what to think right here. Yeah.
Lion King t-shirt!
Right.
Yes. So,
video?
I don't know if you even know this yet, Amy. It was just announced today by John Favreau that
I know.
they're doing a live version of Lion King.
Don't you think you know more than me about Lion King for one second?
Dang. The guy who did Jungle Book. I don't know if you guys saw Jungle Book.
Yeah, that movie was awesome. I actually saw that because you guys said it was so good. So then I was like, I need to watch that, and it was actually really good.
It was great. Yeah. I'm curious to see if they're gonna do any. Like, because there's no humans at all, whereas Mowgli obviously is a human. So I'm like, are they going to do some, like, lions and then blend it with, like, CG and then, like, have a hybrid of them? Or is it going to be all CG? Like, I'm just... First off, I don't think it needs to be made, but secondly, I'm super excited that it's going to be made because I'm like, yay, I'm going to see it. But it's, like, dumb why remake it, but I don't care because I want to see it. So that's
new generation of viewers. Like, you got to hook some new people on the new thing.
I know. Disney... It was just re-released, like, 5 years ago in the theater, 4 years ago in the theater, 3D version. So it's not like... I mean, the Jungle Book is super, like, old. Or, like, Bambi. Or, you know, like, those older ones. So it would make more sense.
What are they going to do? Make a live-action Bambi?
Dude,
Bambi
that
movie?
would be cool.
You can't show that deer getting shot in this day and age.
Oh, yeah, you can.
No way. People
you can show Scar killing his fucking brother.
That's not going to happen. Spoilers, Amy! Jesus. This movie ain't even out yet. Careful.
The new generation hasn't heard this.
What happens?
Scar does what to
his
guys?
Just read Hamlet, and then you'll know what the Lion King's about.
This is exciting.
Disney has to make all their animated movies into live-action movies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you at this point? That's just money.
There's money there.
I'm a mark. I'm a total mark. Even though I think it's like dumb and there's no point, I'm like, yeah, I want to see it.
Did Disney do The Great Mouse Detective?
No, but they need to do that, dude. And someone needs to do American. Can we get a 5 Goes West live action movie, please?
Shut up, that'd be so cute.
Oh my god, I'd be all in on that bad boy. I'd go see it twice.
That one song, like, with when you look upon a star, and they're like looking up at the star.
Yeah, that was my first emo moment, dude. I was like 7, dude. Now it's just a mess.
The first of many.
Yeah, that's what started it all.
And I was like, poor baby mouse, and he was so cute.
Oh man, am I too old to watch that again? Probably.
No.
Jeez, everyone's gonna start crying here in a second. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do.
It's Great Mouse Detective.
I'll keep it together for you, Chad.
Tristan has no emotions because he's a robot.
Yeah, Tristan's over there like tears.
What are tears?
What are tears?
I don't know how to cry.
What's his name from Iron Man? He's the robot that
Jarvis?
Tony Stark made.
Ultron?
No.
Jarvis?
Purple skin hat. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Jarvis?
The Vision?
The Vision!
There it is.
Well, the Vision's like a big romantic.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
He likes
I
that
saw him
Scarlet
cooking
Witch.
But he has no emotions, just like the Vision. He's romantic, but he's got no emotions.
Or does he?
No, he doesn't. No, I know he doesn't.
It's under the deep layer of Tristan's purple skin. He's got feelings.
We're gonna peel back Tristan's skin today on this episode of
Like potato.
I like it. I like where this is going.
I like potatoes better.
Yeah, but you know, onions have
All
no
right.
layers.
Yeah.
Well, while we got you as the subject of peeling back your skin, Tristan, the new episode of Batman Telltale game came out recently, and I know you are the aficionado around here about all things Batman and Telltale. And Jason may have played a little bit of it, but
I just played episode 1. I didn't play this one yet.
lay it out for me, dude.
I'm really disappointed by this Telltale game.
Oh shit, really?
Well, that's something we've been saying over and over again with Telltale.
Maybe because it's Batman, I'm a little harsher on it. Just because they've got Batman and they're taking risks by like, oh, this is how Two-Face came about, and this is how Penguin came about. Like, I understand what they're doing. I just don't like the things they're doing. Like, Oswald Cobblepot, I don't like his backstory at all.
Also,
What is a normal guy as a
many
best friend?
origin stories you need.
As like a good friend of Bruce Wayne's as a kid and comes back into his life. Meh. And he wears a stupid penguin mask in this episode. It's so bad.
I saw it in the trailer. It looked.
Penguin!
It was like a white mask, right? Or was it like a ski mask?
It's just a pointy mask.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like one of those like old ball masks where they got like the stick on it. And...
Kind of like the Sleep
It's
No.
like a mask, and then you just put a long cone on it.
It's like the
like
Sleep
the
No More
plague
mask or
masks?
something. Yeah,
Kind
where they
of.
put,
The
yeah,
plague
yeah, yeah.
masks, right?
Yeah, the
Like,
plague
kind of
mask.
those.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm the penguin. Why doesn't he put like feathers in his butt and stuff too and walk around like this? Oh,
That's gotta save something for episode 3.
Oh yes.
This second episode specifically may have been the worst episode of a Telltale game I've ever played.
That's a pretty big statement.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait, yeah, out of all of them.
Just for what
Well,
reason?
it was like one of those episodes where you didn't do a whole lot. The first episode, okay, they gave me like, I actually got to fight as Batman a little here and there. I actually got to like be on the scene of a crime and use my detective skills to figure things out. And this one was just like all conversations, all story driven, which I understand it's a Telltale game. I get that part of things, but like there wasn't a whole lot into it. Like the biggest thing was like you can be Batman or Bruce Wayne in this instance and go to your next mission. Which one are you gonna pick? Like that was the most interesting part.
Oh, like visit the Mayor Hill as Bruce,
and your things would change depending on which one you would pick. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but just really disappointed by this game.
Wow. I had a feeling you're very, very harsh critic of all things comics. So I was like, if they didn't nail this, Tristan is going to go all in on it. And that's a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, I get like, okay, you've got Batman. You've got to keep things fresh, keep things interesting, and you're going to come up with your own backstories of things. But they could have been a little bit more original, or not original, but a little more exciting with their writing on this game.
I think what if they had even like instead of going original but like do something exciting, and maybe if they had blended a couple different backstories for each character that actually existed at one point, and then you're like, oh that's cool. Like,
I mean, I've seen the Penguin in so many different incarnations, and it works pretty well usually with whatever you do with Penguin. This, whatever they're doing with it, doesn't work. Like he's codenamed Penguin, like, but he has no attributes of a penguin besides the stupid mask that he wears. And
is he a thinner guy or is he a big?
He's think Oswald Cobblepot penguin on Gotham and throw like an Australian accent on him, and that's pretty much it. I don't know.
Oh.
Is he the one in their released photos that's wearing like a gas mask penguin face, or is that a henchman?
Might be. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and then his connection with Bruce Wayne is kind of like they took someone else's backstory of another character and they're just like, let's just use him for Penguin, and then they did that. Like, I don't like Bruce Wayne and Oswald Cobblepot being old childhood friends. It's just
weird.
Yeah.
It's like never occurred. That's just strange. So like, yeah, they totally should have used something pre-existing in the Penguin's world, his universe, and then maybe blended stuff, and then because you can't be truly really like original anymore with this. I mean, so many renditions of the Batman story and the Penguin, and like it's happened, been there, done that, and like to change it so much is not going to appease fans and will alienate future fans, like new people.
And they went a little too far with the Wayne family also, with like their backstory. Like I was somewhat interested, and they even like they revealed in the trailers like Thomas Wayne, Bruce's dad, wasn't who everyone thought he was, and he was more connected to crime than we thought, and it's all coming out now. But they just kind of take it a little too far when okay, we got to an exciting part, but let's just kill it by just keep going on and just like flood it with dumbness.
And he did this, and he did that, and this and that, like that kind of thing, where they're just trying to pile it on, and you're like, okay.
Man, this is pretty weak because I remember the announcement for it, and they did the black and white over it. We were like thinking like
I
we
thought
had
it would
all
have been more
sorts of-
like a detective kind of game, and they did that in the first episode. That was a cooler part of that first episode where you were on a scene of crime and you had to like reenact like what happened. They did that for like a little part of this episode, but not as intrusive and as elaborate that they did with that first episode. And yeah, this game's kind of a letdown because I thought it would be really cool being Bruce Wayne in a video game, but it really hasn't been.
Only in some video games it ends up being cool. What do you got? What are your hopes for the future of this? 3 more episodes to go. Like, what do you think they could do to come back? More detective work?
Well, I know where they're going to go now because they set it up with how it ended in this episode.
Oh, okay.
With a villain, they're probably going to go a little further than that. But there's also like a mystery person, like who's pulling everyone's strings, and that whole aspect is kind of ridiculous. But I'm sure they're going to reveal
be the Riddler or Joker.
It's going to be Alfred. I don't know.
Hey, that actually might be a fun twist, dude. If it
might be, yeah.
He was the criminal, the mastermind that killed Bruce's dad in the beginning or whatever.
I mean, there's so many Telltale games. I don't know if I've just played too many Telltale games and I'm just kind of like over it.
Yeah, they need to. Yeah, I think that plays into it. But they haven't changed their style in like 5 years.
Yes,
6
they
years.
need to do something different.
But they did do a phenomenal job with the Borderlands one because the storytelling was so solid.
Yeah,
I think that they're exploiting really weak properties.
You need to have good writing on these games.
Or strong properties, yeah, but they're not having good writers.
Yeah, like the first Walking Dead was so good because the writing was so strong in that game.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them, crap.
Like even the Game of Thrones writing was decent.
Yeah, that was okay. I didn't mind that one. I was pretty engaged.
I need to play that. I just downloaded that actually. I was like, I need to play that.
So yeah,
it'll make you hate your life.
Oh, cool.
Story,
great. Need that.
Yeah, you do.
Good thing.
You're just so happy all the time, you know. Bring on those emo tears that started back in Fable Goes West.
Yeah, cool.
Reconnect with your roots, Jason.
I'm deleting that off my hard drive immediately.
Yeah, I would recommend waiting until this game goes for like a sale price of like $3 or something, which I'm sure.
$3?
Or whatever.
$3
holiday deals.
Yeah, the holiday deals. You'll get this thing for $7. But wait till it hits 3. Dude. That's when Tristan.
Yeah.
Three is the
very
maximum
most
what you should pay for.
Ever pay.
It's like almost about 75 cents an episode, dude. Which
that's less than a Snickers
well, we don't
bar.
have a firm date on episode 3 at all. So, but Tristan will be keeping you guys up to date because he can't put it down.
Unfortunately, play it.
Yeah, he actually. You bought the whole season, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't think you could buy like.
You can. I've been buying them a la carte, and now I regret buying the second one, and I haven't played it yet. So, son of a bitch.
Dude, like stop the a la carte.
Lion King, he's that way with Batman. So even if it's terrible, he's just gonna have to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
we all have our weaknesses.
Not me.
Whatever, dude. You'd not buy all the Lego Dimension characters?
That game was actually good.
Actually, your weakness is a Lego game. You literally own every Lego game ever made, and you buy them regardless.
Not true at all.
Shh. Let it be true.
Your Steam catalog. Lego Jurassic Park, Lego fucking Dimensions. You got Lego.
Okay, I did buy Jurassic Park because maybe Jurassic Park. I'm a sucker for Jurassic Park, so I get you. I bought that one. I got the Avengers one, so Tristan and I could do a random 30 on it when he was here.
Always an excuse, guys. Always.
All right, so my weakness is Lego games.
You've got like Indiana Jones and Harry Potter.
Okay, so I don't have Indiana Jones or Harry Potter, but I would.
Chad does.
I'm curious about the new Harry Potter one for sure.
Together, they make a unit.
Yeah, so together we have all the Lego games, dude. That's awesome.
With their powers combined, I have the Lego Star Wars, the first 1, 2, and 3.
Oh shit! I bought. Oh my god, Chad is totally right. I bought the last Lego game, the Lego Star Wars, but that's because Tristan got me excited for it when the trailer came out. He said it looked really cool, so I was like, oh yeah, I should probably get that. God damn it! I do have every Lego game.
Yeah.
Well, that's embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Well, I'm gonna have to put an end to that.
You just because it's always a cool idea.
Oh no, and I'm super excited for Lego Dimensions too. Like all the properties look super cool, like Gremlins and stuff like that. Like why wouldn't I buy that?
It's just cool to buy the toys. I don't know about the game. Like I would buy the Legos for the Legos, but I don't want to buy the Legos for the game.
I'll say the Lego Dimension game is actually really good. Don't you have that?
That Back to the Future one.
Yeah.
The side stories suck, but the main core game I thought was actually really solid. Like the writing, the gameplay was a little
I wish they'd go to the route that they started to take with Lego Undercover. I liked
Undercover was awesome. I love that game.
Yeah.
It was like one of probably my top 5 Lego or Wii U games.
My top 5 Lego game.
Yeah.
Can we do a top 7 Lego games?
We probably have to now.
Yeah,
Now that we're busting out the new season of top 7, dude. I guess we have to. We have the top 7 Lego sets, so this will go hand in hand with that.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm starting up the list. This is gonna be good.
Dude. Get that fired up, dude.
Nice.
All right. I got a chance to play the same old shit that we've been playing all week, but I did get to dabble in Gwent. They have a beta going on right now.
Nice.
It was only a couple hours where they were just like trying to hammer their server, so I got a chance to jump into some Gwent this week. And yeah, it's pretty much Witcher 3 Gwent with no graphically it's a little bit better, different cards, but it's pretty much fucking Gwent. Which I should have known that going into it, but I was expecting a little bit.
Because it's called Gwent?
Well, I was expecting something more, I guess, like, I don't know, the way the table's laid out or something a little bit more unique than the basic exact same thing straight from the game. I mean, they're spending so much time on this. What are they working on? Like, I just feel like
the balance is probably really hard to get right in something a strategy game like that, right?
Yeah, the balance
also,
of the cards.
Too, the multiplayer, before in the game, it was just you against a PC. Now you're going to have people who have the opportunity to build their own decks and, like, collect and buy things and microtransactions. And I don't think a Witcher game has ever had microtransactions, to be honest.
No, they haven't.
So, like, that's a whole other thing that this kind of, it's not small, but smallish studio hasn't done before. So that's all new,
Cause they have to get it right, because if this works, those microtransactions, this is $1 billion game all of a sudden. Instantly, like they're making $30 million a month if they do it right. That's like fucking life changing.
Do you get the actual cards? Because I would really like to just buy and own the cards.
Don't you have physical cards that came with one of the collector's editions? I know.
Yeah, I have some of them. Like, I would like to have
the whole
deck.
like a whole deck. I wonder if they do that. They should do that.
And then you could enter in a code after you buy the deck, and then the starter deck that you buy, you can have digitally as well. I would totally be game for that. I'm a sucker. I like to have things.
I can't believe Blizzard hasn't done that with Hearthstone or something. Like, you buy a pack. That's such a great idea. You buy a pack, and in the pack is the code, or on the actual card is a code to get that real card. That's really.
And it might take a little bit of time, or they have the thing on your cell phone. You can scan your credit card. Well, you scan the card, bam, it's already in. You scan the next card, scan the next card, because you just put the camera on the picture and you're done. So it's totally feasible, and I think they make a lot more money.
Yeah,
they did sell it on their website for a limited time in July. They sold the actual Gwent deck that you could purchase, a limited edition set, but it sold out instantly. The cards did look pretty sweet. I'm sure someone's got them.
Yeah, you can probably buy that on eBay for a couple $100.
Yeah. Are you gonna do that?
Chump change.
Totally doing that. Nope.
Yeah, so I guess that beta test went about as good as For Honor for me, dude. It didn't do anything to just push me over the edge, and maybe I should just stop playing betas altogether because it just keeps taking my excitement for games and knocking them back an inch or so. Or maybe I should keep playing them.
Well, you're just playing these games that, to me, that were just they seem like they could be either hit or miss to begin with. You're not playing a beta for a game that is looks like it's going to be amazing.
Because you played Neo and you fucking love that.
I was just going to say that, except Neo, where I fell in love.
These are fringe games that you just might like anyway, so it's unexpected.
But I was super jacked for that other one.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did you play the Dragon Quest Builders demo yet? Is that out yet? I know you have that.
I did.
And is that another letdown?
Well, no, it was not a letdown because I already had low expectations for it. So it was actually a build-up for me. I
remember you at E3, you were peering in a window of some place trying to watch somebody play that. It was really weird. You were intrigued as shit about that game at E3. Do you not remember that? There was this big dome, and you were kind of in the corner trying to check it out, and I was like, well.
Oh, were they in that box?
Yeah, and I was like, Chad is really into Dragon Quest Builders right now, or he's just a secret super creep that likes looking into windows.
I'm a window guy. If I see something in a window and
you're just walking down the street and there's a crack in some window, you're just up in it.
What's going on in there? What are you doing? Why won't you let me see it?
Yeah, what are you guys watching on your TV? Do you do if I'm walking down the street, I love looking in people's windows to see what they're playing or what's on their TV. That's one of the best reasons to walk outside.
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean,
I
it's
always
in my
think
top
that
2 for sure.
When we got the patio open and the lights on, and I'm always like, I bet you there's someone down there just looking in here to see, like, wondering what I'm up to, like, what I'm doing.
Yeah, like, I long to live on a street again where someone can see my TV and put weird shit on there just because I can.
Just
Like, is someone ever going to knock on your door and be like, oh, what are you guys doing in there?
Like, what kind of weird...
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
not like nothing dirty. Get your minds out of the gutter, dude. Just, like, weird shit.
I
don't know. I don't know. Like, always in
Something
Sunny.
Lego
Like,
guy.
a Sunny Philadelphia where they're watching the guy dance in his underwear, right? Like, maybe that would be something to put on your TV to be people be like, oh, maybe I should watch that.
Yeah, if you got people standing outside your window watching long enough to recognize something on your TV, probably, yeah.
Probably a
You
problem.
probably call the cops.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Because there's been a guy watching the entire episode of It's Always Sunny outside my window. He won't leave. I pause the episode and he taps on the glass asking for me to, hit play again. You need to get him out of here.
Might be a good way to meet friends, meet people.
Dude, remember people were doing that for that Floyd Mayweather fight versus Pacquiao? Do you remember I sent you that picture? It was some guy out in the street of New York, and like 30 people were watching it through a guy's window.
You know what? That actually, when the World Cup was going on, like I was eating dinner at a restaurant, and people were like outside the window watching the TVs inside the restaurant. Like they were just lined up, like it was like some end of days movie, like where like people were watching the news, like on
Left Behind.
Yeah, sure, yeah, something like that. But it was like real. That thing that happens. People love looking in windows. So when you looked in that window at E3 and you saw Dragon Quest Builders, did you get what you thought you saw with this demo?
I got something a little better because what I saw was a Minecraft clone with Dragon Quest skin, and it just didn't look that great. But actually getting my hands on it, the camera's really smooth, the animations are really, really good, and it takes the Dragon Quest characters, all of them, that you know and love, and kind of puts them in this scenario of Minecraft, definitely. But you can battle some of the enemies, which is like, graphically better than the Minecraft enemies, which are just blocks. These guys actually have but at the end of the day, dude, it's not for me. I cannot get lost in it, but I can see people who like Minecraft, who have enjoyed the Dragon Quest series, falling in love with this thing. Like, it seems like it's got the best of both worlds, and if you're into like either of those just a little bit, I think you could have a fucking awesome time with it. But I can't stand those games where I have to smash blocks and then take those blocks and then go build something. It's just like, I can't do it, dude. My page. But I almost did it too long because...
Yeah, there's a threshold. If you do it for 5 minutes, you're good. If you didn't sit down for 30 minutes, you just lost 10 hours. There's like a fine line because then you're just like, you're in the loop at that point if you stay long enough, and you just can't get out of that loop until life takes you out of it.
Kind of how No Man's Sky was.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm just going to check out one more planet and see one more group of aliens and see if it gets better. It's got to get better.
Well, dude, let's talk about No Man's Sky then for a second here while you bring it up. Tristan was mentioning it just a little while ago before we hopped on here, but they're or Jason was, it might have been you, but they're in a battle of a lawsuit is being raised on No Man's Sky for false advertisement.
Yeah, they're being investigated for
by
false
who? Like the
advertising.
FBI? Like who's investigating them?
Some like UK-based organization that investigates false advertising claims. I don't know.
I wonder if it was enough people like generating like a big stink online that somebody sent out feelers and was like, we might have a good case here, or if somebody actually contacted this law firm and was like, I feel like I've been wronged. Like, I'm just curious.
It's the Advertising Standards Authority. So I don't know exactly what kind of power they have or what kind of charges they can bring, but it's interesting.
It's just another in the long list of people who feel burned by the advertising from these guys. And it goes to show, like, I mean, a lot of people were pretty upset once they got their hands on it, and a shit ton of people did buy the game and quit pretty quickly afterwards. I was looking at some statistics from Steam that 200,000 people concurrent, and now it's less than 1,000 people actually on Steam playing that game. So you just got to think about it. 200,000 people concurrent. That means like millions of people bought the game. But like we're down to 1,000 that are just like averagely playing that, or even putting it back in the system, or like booting it back up. That's incredible.
That's just on Steam, yeah. Like, what about like PlayStation and like any other system?
PS4, man, exclusive, dude. I bought 2 copies of that bad boy for us, and like I just don't even want to put it back in.
I feel like I got my money's worth out of it.
I got my money's worth out of it.
But I could totally see how people, like, I would have no reason to go back to it. They haven't added anything. They haven't really. They've been fixing things, but I'm guessing I'm gonna go back and it's gonna crash like it always have. And I don't know. It's weird how powerful the internet is these days. Like if people get super crazy and it light up Reddit, and all of a sudden you got 500, 1,000 posts on Reddit. That's enough for someone to take notice, and all of a sudden you got a lawsuit going. When in the grand scheme of things, 500 to 1,000 people is nothing. Yeah, but it's enough on the internet to get a lawsuit going, which is insane.
Yes.
And I wonder too how much of that, whether this is like really plays into it or not, but I'm just curious how much of it is like I can have like 17 different accounts on something and just like talk about the same thing and just keep bringing it back up as different people, And
that's crazy. That's what the internet is.
It's like you returned your game, you got your money back on Steam, whatever, get over it. Okay, like.
Well, I think in the UK too, though, they have very specific regulations about advertising, and if you advertise a certain thing, like No Man's Sky did in a lot of their trailers.
That's true.
That aren't in the game, then. I mean, if people complain about it, then they're like, oh, well, now we have to investigate this because we have regulations against this kind of stuff.
And this happened with Alien, was it Alien Resurrection or the last Alien game? The last Alien game that Sega did, there was a trailer that used a lot of CG, and they didn't put in the trailer that it was, I think they put in-game footage, but it wasn't actually in-game footage. Oh. And that turned into like a lawsuit at some point.
I mean, we've seen so many really great trailers that like just hype these games up. And then we play the game, and like this game, the trailer was better than the game. Like,
that's why you never watch trailers. It's exactly the same for movies. I don't watch movies.
What we do with the site.
Yeah, that's why you come to the website. You watch our podcast. You go watch our random 30s. Let us suffer through this shit, so you don't have to. Yeah, it's the whole point.
Because trailers.
I can spend an hour on a Marvel movie trailer, breaking everything down.
Yes,
you really do.
Everyone knows.
Longer than the actual movie is how long.
It's the breakdown of the trailer.
Yeah.
What's like the game is like Dead Island or maybe Dead Island 2 that the trailer was just like amazing.
It was Dead Island.
The game was just was just awful.
Oh, I liked it.
The game was okay.
The game, the trailer was not a fair representation of that game.
No, not at all. Like, the trailer was like an art piece, and the game was just like fun. It was fun. It wasn't like
it was a letdown comparatively. Yeah. Oh, monstrous.
Yeah, the problem with this though is he didn't know how to say no to anybody in an interview. Like people were like, "Is that going to be in the game?" He's like, he like coyly laughed, and then they're like, "Oh, so it is," and he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Wait, no, you don't. That's like no, that's not true. That's how I would be in an interview."
You say I'm not allowed to disclose that, or I'm not allowed to talk about that, or I can't say yes or no, or. Can you ask me another question? You don't say yes.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So many different ways to deflect that. Like, I would love to tell you, but I can't. Or, like, whatever you need to do, like, yes.
Yeah, totally.
But if we strictly look at, like, a majority of the trailers, leave out one in particular that showed a mass amount of shit, but those most recent ones that didn't show shit and left everyone going after they watched them, I still don't know what this game is about. Can you really be mad because in the end of the grand scheme of things, when you got the game, you still didn't know what the game was about?
The game was never about anything, yeah. I mean...
Technically, we all were like, I don't know what the hell this game is even going to give me. Can you really be mad at it when you get it and you're like, I don't really know what this game gave me? I got nothing. I don't know. But I did put like 40 hours into it, so... I got the $1 worth of it, but you just want a happy taste in your mouth when you're all said and done with things, dude.
So when that class action lawsuit hits, are you gonna jump on it?
Hell no.
Oh, no.
Okay. I just want to know. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like this is like when people were like refunding the game on Steam. Like people were just like, I played the game for 40 hours, but fuck, I can get my money back. I'm in. Like that's just where this is headed. It's gonna be one of those situations.
Nah, dude, I gave them my money. I got my time out of it, and if they're gonna give me free DLC that'll make me boot it up down the road and I won't have to repurchase it, I'll check it out, dude.
Well, they're supposed to do that anyway, but yeah, hopefully they do.
At the end of the day, it's just a disappointment overall, though.
Yeah.
Of what.
That game was a total bummer. Yeah.
Biggest disappointment of 2016.
To say, I never followed any of the advertisements. I never watched any of the trailers. I never read any articles. So I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I wasn't really disappointed. It was just kind of a mad game. So I didn't have these preconceived notions of it because I don't like to follow games. I don't like to follow development because I like to just watch or play or read or do whatever when it's out, and then I'm like, And that's how I felt about No Man's Sky. So without me knowing any of these like external factors that were supposed to be in it, which I still don't know because people keep talking about, you guys keep talking about, oh, they said they were going to be in it.
Why'd you get the game then if you didn't know?
Just bought it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Well, and it looked pretty. Like I just saw like pictures here and there, so like I just was like, oh, it looks kind of cool, I guess. Like, but I don't really know.
If I didn't buy Amy games,
I wouldn't have bought it. Yeah.
She wouldn't even know what games are coming out because she doesn't follow anything. So she'd have no clue what's even coming.
I'll just like go on the website once in a while and check the calendar, but like I'm not gonna like actively follow things because that's not my personality. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm just like disconnect unless it's a book by like an author that I love. Then I'm like, oh my god, I need this, or Lion King, as you previously witnessed. So
let's talk about it real quick here. Let's talk about some sports news in the video game world.
Oh,
Jason, I don't know if you're gonna know more than I know about this, dude, but FIFA 17 just came out, dude, and Iceland turned down EA's $15,000 offer to be in it, which I thought was kind of crazy. But then I'm like, well, that's actually good of those dudes because I mean, I don't know if they're a good team, but I mean,
so they're not a good team until like this last year they ended up getting.
And didn't they beat someone?
They got into the Euro Cup, the European Championships, and then they knocked off England. So now they're riding on their high horses and they're like, "Hey, we're doing good. $15,000. Go fuck yourself. We're bigger than that." I think that's what happened. They're like, if England got like $5 million to be in the game, why are we only getting 15,000?
Oh, okay. I was like, what is the average? Because
I don't know what the average is, but I'm assuming like that's what happened because it's Iceland and they're a very small country.
Yeah.
But like EA made like a big thing about it. Like the fans did like a special clap at the event, and they were like adding all this to the game, and then Iceland was like, "No, we're not in." So they basically.
Are you disappointed by that?
No, I don't care.
Did you really want to play as Iceland?
Nobody picks Iceland.
No, I don't even know any players on Iceland. It was an interesting storyline to watch the small team, like the entire country, like 75% of the country, like would travel to these games to watch the team play in France, which is insane, like because that country is so small. But $15,000, they should have taken it.
To this though is that money, if that's an average, is that like, I mean, this is you're being used and represented in a video game that millions and millions of people are going to buy. Is it $15,000 enough to put your an entire team who's not getting really anything from this, all the players and everything? Like, is that enough? Like, you think compensation wise?
I don't know. I feel like they have such a small part. Like I worked in licensing for a while, so like I know how these deals go, and that feels to me like a fair deal for Iceland. Like, what do they want? They want to pay EA, get $15,000 from EA, and then get like a percentage of sales. Like that's never gonna happen, dude. You're Iceland. Like how many people in that country? Even if every person in that country buys the game, that's like 0.01% of EA's total sales for FIFA. It makes no sense. It's not a needle mover. Like that's the dollar amount they deserve, I would say.
And does that include like that 15,000 covers all the names of the athletes on the team too?
No, that's just to use like the Iceland logo on the actual jerseys and the logo and stuff like that. The players are covered under a totally separate deal that Iceland has nothing to do with.
Okay, and all players get compensated?
See, I don't know how that works. I'm assuming there's
I'm
assuming there's a like the NFLPA has a thing in the NFL where they represent all the players. I'm assuming FIFA represents all the players in EA, so you get a small percentage of the game or something like that, a couple $1,000s. Like, because there was that lawsuit when the college lawsuit happened. Like, all the players ended up getting like $1,000 because of that asshole Ed O'Bannon who ruined college sports.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing like college players posting like pictures of their like check that they were getting. And
because Ed O'Bannon is like out of work, dude, and he needed $1,000, so he decided to go on this fucking witch hunt to kill all college sports games forever.
Which sucked because those were some of my favorite sports games because they didn't have like a lot of the the mainstream stuff to them. They're just like
those football games are the best.
And there's like hundreds of teams too, so I could just make like the Cudahy Warthogs and like go and destroy people.
Yeah, well, go tweet at Ed O'Bannon and tell him how big a piece of garbage he is.
Oh shit, dude! I wish one day they would be able to go back down that road, but I doubt it'll ever happen. But
yeah, I want to interview him and just ask him straight up. Was it because like you needed money? Is that why you did this?
If we ever find him, dude, if we ever catch him, we'll be an Allerton Ave exclusive. Jason fights.
I'll fight him. I'll fight him. Where am I going to fight him?
With those giant sumo suits, dude.
Yeah,
you guys
totally.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm all in on that. We'll donate all the money to Ed O'Bannon.
Other sports news, the Philadelphia 76ers are the first North American sports franchise to purchase an esports teams, which I thought was pretty awesome because we had been talking about, last year when we were doing our Game of the Year stuff and kind of what we were thinking about the future and what's going on. And we talked about esports kind of being on the rise, and there was a purchase. They were going to be on ESPN. And, it hasn't taken off like we had thought it would in 2016. But now you got the Philadelphia 76ers, well-known franchise. Purchases Team Dignitas and Apex Gaming, League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, pretty popular teams that are kind of under that umbrella. And I think what they're going to do here is pretty cool when they're talking about it, provide marketing, merchandising support, kind of help with the day-to-day stuff and really get the name out there, which, unfortunately, those games I don't really watch, and they're already hugely popular outside of North America. So maybe this will help bring in North American, fans, but I don't know. I don't know the 76ers too much, what their history is, if they're any good and popular enough.
They've been terrible the last 2 years.
Terribly run franchise.
They won 10 games last season.
Maybe that's why they're like, maybe this can save us. Let's buy.
I feel like they should probably concentrate on
basketball,
the organization that they're actually they own. They should probably concentrate on that day-to-day thing instead of...
Well, maybe they spun off a couple people into an office.
I mean, it's a smart investment on their part because people are watching this esports stuff, and it's a good investment. But I don't understand why they would do it specifically.
What's the return on buying a Counter-Strike team? If they win $1 million, then 76ers get a cut of that, probably.
Or maybe it's all in TV deals. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I need to get into this world. I need to, one of us has to, right? Maybe I'll be the one. I'll try to figure this out. I don't know how any of it works, money or the teams, because there's so many different teams and so many different leagues. That's the big problem of esports. There's just a million different leagues and a million different teams. For me, to jump into it, it's so daunting. Lego. Even now, I'm saying I'm going to do it, and as I'm saying it in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I don't know where to start.
Too much work.
I think that once it becomes more of a common or more of a accepted, if you will, thing, then that millions and millions that you're talking about might be channeled into different, I think it'd become more cohesive, or there'll be something that will kind of okay, you live in North America, these are the blah blah blahs and the blah blah blahs, that kind of thing. I think it might, once it becomes more, it's already a thing, but becomes more accepted and more this is real, guys, to everyone, then I think it might be kind of more cohesive.
I kind of feel like it's too big to ever be translated down to how professional sports is, a 30-team league. Esports is way too big to ever be these are the
It's not too big. They just have to do it.
I just mean they'll do countries or time zones, or there'll be a way that they'll be able to break them up.
Dude, they gotta do it by city.
They just have to figure out a way to really get true to the best of the best in one league.
I really think this is gonna happen the second the NCAA decides to get much bigger into it. I know the Big Ten, which is Wisconsin and Illinois, those schools are starting to form their own league of, I don't know if it's Counter-Strike or what it's doing. But when all of a sudden all the college universities do like they do in college football, and people have reasons to root for people, because I don't have reason to root for, I would root for this team because I know the 76ers. I would root for them. Why not? Because it's a known entity. But once there's a known entity, dude, I think esports might get a more mainstream appeal. Playing a fucking 15-year-old Counter-Strike game, I'm just saying that number, this doesn't help.
No, dude, that's awful. That doesn't do people still talk about it as a quality game. That's fine, but it doesn't do anything for the.
It's a hard game to watch. You're watching it, and you're like, why am I watching this old game?
Yeah, it's awful to watch, dude. I don't know how people get into that, but
maybe
Overwatch. The college scene. I was thinking about that too, but then the college scene is 4 years tops. Once they're done, dude, where do they go next? Because they're not done. They're just getting better at these games after 4 years.
As you get older, dude, you start to lose your reflexes.
No, get the fuck out of here, dude.
That's why you've always been able to beat me at every game, dude. It's just you're just a little bit younger and quicker. That's my... But maybe then there's a pro league for all the basketball teams or some shit like that. I don't know. There has to be something to tie them. We don't know how to fucking...
in every state.
We don't have to start. Like, if I want to say you're the Wisconsin team, like, that's that. Done. I don't need to talk to anybody. What am I going to talk to a representative for? I'll just do it.
The Grand Master of the esports North America.
I'm going to write the governor of Wisconsin a letter. Be like, would you mind if... Fuck that shit, dude. You're just the Wisconsin team now. Christen it. Tristan has that power. He lives in Milwaukee. He can do it.
It is done.
And then we can contact Scott Walker and be like, hey, everyone hates you. Do something good with your governing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and just think of, like, we can have, like, cool, like, U-Singers or something that can be the sponsor, like a sausage company.
Sweet.
I think it's a good idea. Let's do it. Let's make Wisconsin. You got a better sponsor, Amy?
Yeah. How about, like, a local brewery? I think that'd be better than a sausage company.
Well, it's catered to kids.
There's nothing wrong with sausage.
What's your message?
Yeah.
You prefer Clemens?
You're telling people to swallow hot dogs, or you telling people to swallow brews?
Swallow brews. Swallow them brews.
Wisconsin doesn't even have any breweries anymore, do you? You still have Miller? That's not even based in Wisconsin now.
Dude, we got breweries small.
That's why we have the lowest tax rate in the country, because we have so many microbreweries. Yeah. On alcohol, lowest tax rate on alcohol.
Maybe we should just turn all these microbreweries into each one gets their own team.
Dude, that would be cool. Carbon.
There you go. There's an idea.
Or Ale Asylum, like all these crazy things. Like, there you go. All
right. Nothing like kids and beer. That's what we're doing here.
Fuck the kids. This is for adults.
Kid. Can I just drink the beer? Do I gotta play a game?
Yeah. Here, Timmy, have a Ale Asylum and a sausage. Go get them.
Go play some Counter-Strike.
Good luck.
All right. Well, the esports world is looking to step it up. We'll see if anyone follows suit. I don't think so, man. It's going to be weird. I know Magic Johnson just bought an esports team as well, so everyone's just buying esports teams.
Magic Johnson? All the basketball people. He's buying movie theaters and esports teams. All right.
So it might not be owned by Jason's Wiener Company. It'll probably be owned by NBA basketball players.
Dude, if I had a Wiener Company, dude, I would invest in an esports team.
What would you call your Wiener Company?
I think it should be called the Wiener Company. I don't even know why we're overthinking it.
JW, Jason's Weens.
I'm all right with that.
Jason's
Weens by the Wiener Company. I'm on board with that.
Skinny Peen, Jason Ween.
Yeah, I can have skinny weens. Those are the ones, low-fat turkey weens.
Wow.
Then I have the big fat weens.
It's like a sausage that's the size of a pencil. Skinny.
No, weens. the little Smokies.
Little Smokies.
Skinny weens.
Where are we going here? Where are we going?
What happened to this show, dude? All right, let's talk about something else here real quick.
What else is there to talk about?
Battlefield 1 single-player trailer came out. Jason, I know you play the action games or the shooters here for their first-person story modes. Like Call of Duty.
That was a pretty terrible trailer, right? Like, we can agree that was a pretty pandering trailer. Did you watch it? You guys all watch that trailer?
Yes.
Okay, so the writing in the trailer was actually really strong. Like, it tried to capture, like, a movie trailer, but then the words weren't matching what was happening on the screen because I don't think they have as powerful of a story as they do to match the way they were writing that trailer, and it just felt, like, disconnected, but the music was awesome in that trailer, that's for sure.
The graphics look really good.
They kept doing these. They kept saying something really poignant, like very dramatic, and they would cut to like a headshot. Someone just being like, and it like didn't make any sense. And I was like, oh, so they got a lot of headshots in this. There's not like a lot of real emotion. So I don't know. We'll see. I wasn't that drawn into it. I'm not big in the World War games.
No, dude, either am I. And like the story, like how they're breaking it up, it sounds like they're trying really hard, but it also sounds like they didn't really have any idea what they wanted to do.
They were trying really hard.
They're like, oh, we wanted to break it up into multiple characters' story paths because, we couldn't do this war justice without you being put into the, behind this certain character. And like then they explain like this guy in the tank used to be a chauffeur and he has no military experience and he just offers his stuff up, himself up to help. But all of a sudden becomes a
that's like that guy
just like driving a tank.
That's like that guy we met in GTA who like drives Uber for a living and then he comes home and just drives people around in GTA. That's a beautiful thing. So that does happen, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it may look pretty decent, but I'm not too excited for it. The Battlefield games story modes have never really won me over.
Yeah, dude.
I
didn't have much faith coming out of that trailer. I was actually like looking forward to watching that trailer to see where they were going with it, and I was like, oh, this is not exciting to me. It felt a little cliche.
one piece of news, everything I love to talk about, the game that everyone hates, but they love deep inside, and they just don't like to talk about it, Destiny. I posted last week about the ARG that was going on in Destiny, starting with the Owl sector right before Rise of Iron came out, and they continued this week as the site was replaced with a link on the Owl sector site that led you to some dialogue. You hit begin, and like all of a sudden this code starts forming on your screen, and the code was unique to your login identification that it generated. It actually generated 1,024 different random codes, so the community actually had to come together. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's ended up really amazing. I'm going to just do a quick breakdown of it. But yeah, so you had to get 1,024 different codes. People created a website where they could start uploading their codes that they were generating. And then some other people were doing like the breakdowns of the algorithms and running it through Python code and like generating images out of these numbers that they were given. Once they got enough images together, they were able to piece all the images together and create a giant map that is actually the map, a sky view of some pillars you need to stand on in the diamond room inside of the raid.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. So it was really cool that ARG we were talking about actually led to something in game. It actually, so if you did that, there was like a bunch of other codes that you had to figure out. It opened up 2 monitors, and on the screens of the monitors was some binary code, and you have to use that binary code to find out which other pillars to stand on. And if you do this all right, the middle chamber in the room drops down, which didn't look like it would, and then you go inside there and there's the last monitor, and then you go and open up
sucker.
It's like a picture of a middle finger on it. Like
that's actually what happened last year with the sleeper simulant. Remember all that shit chasing the sleeper simulant?
I remember you guys talking about that.
And then all of a sudden it just wasn't in the game yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This has been in the game, so had someone before they like this elaborate thing was out in the world was able to somehow figure it out, they could have found it, but they gave this like little trail for you to follow, and it leads to a exotic pulse rifle for the Siva that also leads to another crazy quest with another bunch of things that you have to do in order to unlock it. But the pulse rifle is pretty sweet, dude. If you hit a couple of guys multiple times with it, it leaves mites on them that damages them over time and damages people around them. So it's actually an exotic weapon that's worth all the hard work that went into it. But I just wanted to update you guys on that, dude, and let you know that it wasn't just me going crazy, that there was one, and it finally came out, dude. The raid got beat in 2 hours by a team, which is good for us because that means me and Amy and the team will be able to take it down and hopefully...
2? Yeah, you were predicting maybe it was going to take them like 10 or 12, I think you said, based on like the last
I said
one.
4 or 6, I thought.
When I originally said it, I think I said 6 because it was supposed to be quicker. Yeah, so I was thinking 4 to 6, and 2 hours obviously beat my time, but it excites me because it's something easier we could do. And then last real Destiny note, dude, it just was leaked as well that Destiny 2 will be on the PC, and they're going for a fresh start. That they originally said that you'd be able to roll over your characters, and now it's looking like they might not let you roll over your characters, and you're going to start fresh. And that they're going to have like on the planets actually like vendors and quest people like. NPCs to do quests from on the planet, so you don't have to keep going back and forth with all these things.
It makes sense.
It looks
like this engine's so broke. Yeah.
So it could be seeing some exciting, cool things, and people that are bitching about their character not rolling over, dude, get fucking over it. What sequel beyond Mass Effect could you actually roll a character over and keep everything you fucking
Dragon Age?
Oh, what? You didn't keep all your gear and stuff, but I mean, just let...
This is cool. Just, let them iterate on it. Like, everything you've complained about and bitched about this game not being able to do, or them not being able to, update things and do different things, they're going to be able to do it with this new engine that they're going to build for this console and PC. So, fucking be cool. Just be cool, people.
And they left behind last gen, so...
Yeah.
Expect fucking the goods, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that wraps up the news for this week. Amy, what do you got going on later on this weekend? Where can we check you out or follow you, or what are you up to?
Yeah, what window can we peer in?
What you
I got some new books I'm going to read. I hope to be making a cool video. I'm going to start tomorrow if Chad holds up his end of the deal that I need.
That is going to be a good video. I'm excited for that. We talked about this.
Secret.
It'll be on the site.
I was like, is this for the website, or are you guys making a video?
Oh, yeah, a video.
I just got to go get a ladder so I can look through the window.
And then I'll probably play some more Destiny because I'm not sick of it at this point because it's fun to have new eye candy to look at. And I really
How do you feel about that, Chad?
enjoying
How do you feel about that, Chad? Pop
You're
another
not
button,
even
bro.
Drake, you're not Destiny characters. You're nothing to me.
Oh.
Seriously.
He's really freaking cute in a Pikachu Kigurumi, though. Aww.
I did get a Pikachu Kigurumi.
That was
that I'll
pretty
be
good
wearing on
Instagram
stream.
picture. Yeah, thanks.
As winter comes in, I'll be wearing it on stream.
You're gonna be one of those
Guys.
Twitchers. You're gonna play through Pokemon dressed as a Pokemon.
No.
Wait, people do that?
I've
I'm
seen
sure they
people
do.
like
If
that
they don't,
everywhere.
like you should probably corner that market.
No, I'm gonna play games that have nothing to do with Pokemon in my Pikachu costume.
Yeah.
That makes
Nailed
more
it.
sense. Yeah. No, that. Yeah, I'll probably be checking out some more Rise of the Iron this weekend. I'm actually gonna dive into it a little bit more. I think I'm gonna fucking play that Dragon Quest Builders game, dude. I'm gonna try and put a little bit more.
You should play Fire Emblem, Dick.
You should play River City Ransom Tokyo Rumble. I'm very curious about that game. For the
I know. I was
3DS.
gonna buy it, but it's a little pricey for the 4-hour adventure you get out
It's
of it.
4 hours only.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck that noise.
I know, dude. That's what I was
That should
pretty
be
bummed
$20
about.
max. All right, never
4
mind.
to 5 hours, pretty much like you get it all done, dude. And I was really excited for that. We saw it at E3.
Yeah,
dude,
me
and,
too. All right.
Not-
All right, so don't play that.
Yeah, I was about to.
Are you
pick
guys
that
gonna
up,
stream any Destiny when you're doing some of this stuff?
dude? That's what I'm saying. In my Kigurumi.
I thought that was a joke. I didn't realize you were gonna wear that on
No,
stream.
that's fucking
He's
legit.
serious.
You. What do you got going on this weekend? You gonna play some fucking Overwatch with us or what?
Who, me, Tristan? Who are you looking at?
Yeah. Ah, both of you guys, dude. Pick your poison. I've been chomping at the bit to get you guys on some Overwatch.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 100% down to play Overwatch. That's starting on Tuesday, right? We're gonna be doing Overwatch Tuesdays again, so I'm
Yes, Overwatch
1,000%
Tuesdays
on
are
board. Now that I got most of the site done, like I just gotta make it actually work properly. So once that happens, then yeah, I got so many games to play, dude. I want to play Forza Horizon 3. I got like
FIFA,
9 Steam
Madden.
games logged. I'm sure there's some new Lego games I'm missing. Like there's a lot of stuff I need to play. FIFA, Madden, PES, dude.
Oh yeah, you even got that Lego MMO game.
Oh,
Lego
shit,
Worlds.
Lego Worlds. I do have Lego.
Oh, fucking
I was curious.
Lego
I wanted
guy.
to talk about that on the show when it came out because it was like, why is
It's
Lego
your
making a
boy, Lego
Minecraft
J.
game?
Tristan, what do you got going on this weekend, man?
Lego J.
Hopefully getting a little Overwatch before Overwatch Tuesday, so I'm up to speed with you guys, so I don't let the team down.
Dude, I watched you play a little bit. I feel like you're on par.
Yeah, once you get back in the groove, you'll be fine. You were kicking ass when we were playing.
And the Major League Baseball season is ending this weekend, so maybe I'm going to catch up on the show of my season. So I'm a
Oh,
little behind. I
Wow,
always like to
that
finish.
got buried over the summer.
I always like to finish my season before the real season ends, so I've got some work to do.
How close
So I
are
think
you?
I'm in. I was in the month of September, so I don't have too far to go.
Only like
We'll see how
70,
it goes.
70 games or so.
Only.
56.
you can do it.
50.
I have faith in you.
And that wraps up the block party for this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out here on twitch.tv/AllertonAv.
Yeah.
Check out allertonav.com all week long for more games, and you can check out our live streams right on the website on the homepage. So if we got something going on and you're not sure where to look, just check out there, dude. That should be always your first spot. And if you guys missed it, we got Adapted on Friday, so make sure you check that out on allertonav.com. We'll have the video up there for you. We have The Walking Dead and
Fear the
Gotham
Walking
on there. Oh, it's yeah.
Don't
Let's not
confuse people.
confuse
It's Fear the
good shows versus bad shows.
Yeah.
I was. Oh yeah, Fear of the Walking Dead, dude. I was so scared.
Amy, do you watch that show with Chad?
Sometimes I've seen some of it, but it's really boring.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think that's what the team thinks. So you guys got to check it out on Friday and see if we all. I have a weird feeling about that. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, Tristan, Jason, and Amy. We'll see you guys next week at 8 o'clock Central on allertonav.com.